But separately, you don't need to mark your presence. Your presence has already been taken. Okay. Great. So let's continue with our session. So how's the Josh? High? Not so high? What happened?
Hi, sir.
High. Okay, great. Wonderful.
Hi, sir.
Great. Wonderful. So we have already covered the first half of the educators training program. We have already discussed what our PS educator is and what is the role of a mentor, a facilitator, and an influencer. Now let's start off with a video. Very interesting. And I would like to instruct a basic thing to you. While you're watching this video, please observe very carefully the speaker's actions. Okay, instead of the content, of course, the content is important. But apart from the content, I would like you to observe the speaker's action. Okay, and later on, we'll discuss what was the impact of this video. Give me a second. Is it audible? No, okay, sorry.
Life will sometimes feel like a fight. The punches, jabs, and hooks will come in the form of challenges, obstacles, and failures. Yet if you stay in the ring and learn from those past fights, at the end of each round, you'll be still standing. Mr. Contest Chair, fellow fighters, can you think of a time when life tried to knock you down? Who was your toughest opponent? Most often, our most challenging opponent is ourselves. Round one, college. I dropped out of college not one, not two, not three, but 4 times. I told myself, college isn't for me, and I would never go back. Round 2, marriage. I married my soulmate, the love of my life.
Right. You just saw Ramona J. Smith speaking on the stage. Let's write down in the chat section what stood out about her actions to us. The opening, okay. The body language, making it more impactful. You all can write it to everyone. Can you? Oh, I'm opening the chat to everyone. You can write it now. Very good. Body language. Yes, absolutely. So the first one is body language. Great. Impactful gestures, bold and confident. Number 2. So body language, confidence. Very good. Alluring us to listen to her journey of her success. Expressive thoughts in action. Physical expressions, body language, voice modulation. Okay, number 3, voice modulation. One more I got. Perfect. So I've got 3, body language, I got confidence, I got voice modulation as well. Emphasis on each word, yes, that comes under voice modulation, great. Body language and hand gestures, both comes under body language. Facial expressions also, Alka, comes under body language, very good. Voice modulation, tone and pitch of the voice, very good. Seth, it comes under voice modulation. Expressive. Assertion in her body language. Modulation of voice, facial expressions.
अरे पापा बोल रहे थे ऐसे क्यों बोल
Right. So I got three mostly. That is body language, voice modulation, and confidence. These are the three things that I got. Understanding of what she is speaking about through her body movements. Okay. So what she is speaking about, that is her thought structure. Great. So I got four now. Body language, confidence, voice modulation, thought structure, and boldness in voice, eye contact, confident. Okay. All are correct, but we have already discussed. Mindset comes under thought process. Okay, thought structure. Stresses are points. Absolutely. Determination, facial expressions, confident. Okay. Persuasiveness, actions according to her words, expressive, storytelling. Yes, engaging her audience. Okay, the last one is fluency. Okay, these are the 5 pillars of public speaking. Remember, body language, which you already said. You talked about confidence. We also talked about voice modulation. We also talked about her thought structure, the way she organized her speech, the organization of the speech and the explanation of logic behind her ideas. All these constructed her thought structure and her fluency. No stammering or not having filler words in between, grammatically correct sentences, absolutely fluent, right? So let's now discuss about public speaking. Now, this is what we have to do in all our classes with our student, in the demo classes, in the regular classes. These are the basic pillars that we have to focus on. So let's discuss the objectives for today's session, the half of the session. We are going to identify and analyze the skills and mindsets which are needed to become a public speaker. And we are also going to describe the 5 different pillars of public speaking, right? And we are also going to master the skills of voice, facial expressions, and body language. How? I'll tell you. Now, what stood out to you from the speaker's actions? You have already written. So what are the 5 emerging themes that I said? Body language, confidence, voice modulation, thought structure, and fluency. Okay. Now, did you check in the chat section? I had shared the background. Did you all get it? Anyone who did not get it? You all can attach the background for yourself. Okay. You can use that background. Yes, exactly, Achal. These were the pillars you all also got evaluated upon. Yes. Your evaluation was also based upon your body language, your confidence, your voice modulation, your thought structure, and your fluency. Yeah, I posted, Preeti. I just posted. Okay, you can get it from the chat section. Please check. Now, why do we need to focus on these 5 pillars? Let's understand the significance of these pillars of public speaking. Have you ever heard of the 738-55 rule of communication? Anyone? No hands raised. Anyone? Ever heard? No? Okay. This rule of communication was given by Professor Albert Mehrabian. Now, do you remember something? 7%, 38%, and 55%. I got it from Asif, I believe. 7% is the content, 38% body language, Medha, and 55% voice. Okay, Chaitali knows about it. So Chaitali, you can you please elaborate on this? Chaitali? Am I audible to you? 55% first impression. Okay, first impression comes from the body language, from the physical exhibition, what you exhibit physically. That's 55% is the body language. So 55% of it is the body language, 38% is the voice, and 7% is the words. What does this mean? That body language is more significant than the words? Yes, Medha. Please unmute. You can unmute yourself.
Yes, so 7% is what we say,
Mhm.
and 38% is how we say it,
Mhm.
and 55% includes the kind of body language that we embody when we are saying something. So, how open is our body, the hand gestures? Do we have a smile on our face? Are we maintaining the eye contact with the audience? And all those things come under body language.
Right? Okay. Nilu?
Yeah. So hi, good morning to all. Since I always take up professionals, taking up 7:38 55 rule, and it generally means that whatever you speak, it should align with your tone, whatever you're trying to speak, along with your body language. All the three should be in tandem. Otherwise, whatever you speak, it will go waste.
Okay. That's correct. Absolutely.
Hi.
Hi. Now I can see you. Okay. Wonderful. Yes, absolutely. The words, voice, and your body language. Now
It
let's
should be
understand what,
aligned completely.
yes, the alignment, right? So these three things, why are these three things so important while you are speaking in public, whenever you are having a basic conversation? 55% of the message that you are trying to convey to your audience, to your listener, 55% of it is conveyed through your body language. 38% is conveyed through your voice. And 7% of it is conveyed through the words that you speak. What does this mean? Let's take an example. Let's play a small game. Okay. I'm going to give you a sentence and I'm going to give you the attached emotions to it. So you have to speak a sentence and you have to emote it in some other manner. Okay. Hardika, can you please unmute yourself? Yes. Am I audible?
Yes.
Right. Okay. I'm going to give you a sentence. Please remember the sentence clearly. The sentence is, I am stuck in traffic for the past 5 hours. And you have to say it in an excited emotion. I am stuck in traffic for past 5 hours.
Okay, I'll just try. I am just stuck in traffic for the last 5 hours.
Okay. You have to be very excited when you are saying
Very
this. That's a
uh,
challenge.
okay. I'm stuck and I'm excited about it. Okay. So I
Okay.
am stuck in the traffic for last 5 hours.
Okay. Very good. Wonderful. Now somebody if looks at you and uh, he watches you saying this, oh, I'm stuck in traffic for the past 5 hours, right? So you're very happy about it. So what would he understand? Would he more be affected by what you are saying or how you are saying?
I think more about how I am saying because that energy will transfer.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Hardika, for helping me out. Yes, that was a wonderful one. Very nicely done. So basically, when you are standing on a stage, imagine you're standing on a stage and there is a full auditorium of audience and you're speaking something. Your voice, of course, will reach to everyone, and how you are speaking it, that also reaches to everyone. Sometimes the words takes a backseat. Why? Because the way you are speaking it. Okay, I'm going to show you a video as well. Some of the non-examples. You can have a very good speech written, but yet it won't be effective. Why? Because the way you spoke it, the way you presented it might not have been effective. The voice that we used, the kind of pauses that we took, the pitches, fall and rise of the intonation might not have landed up on the correct surface. That's the reason why some of the speeches do not sound interesting to us. Why some of the orators and some of the public speakers seem to be so influencing, although they say very simple things. Why? Not because of the content, but because how they present it, how they say it, right? Okay. Now, let's move on. Yes, conviction, absolutely. So let's deep dive into each of these 5 pillars and let's understand. So the first video that I showed you of Ramona J. Smith, can I call it an example of public speaking? A good example, right? A thumbs up, right? I see many of the cameras off and that demotivates me. Please switch on your cameras. Okay, great, wonderful. Teachers, we are public speaking trainers that too online. As it is, we have a lot to do with our facial expression, our hand gestures, lots to do with it, because our whole body is absolutely not visible on the camera. So make sure at least this much is visible. Now, okay, let's watch another video and let's discuss whether this video is a good example or not. So let's decide whether this is an example or a non-example of public speaking. Let's watch this.
The British imposed a lot of unpopular taxes on the American colonists and didn't let them elect representatives to the British government. In retaliation, the Americans started to boycott British goods. In 1773, Americans in Massachusetts dumped a shipload of British tea into Boston Harbor. This became known as the Boston Tea Party.
Okay, so we just saw this video. Now let's write down in the chat section, is it an example or a non-example and why? Okay, Medha writes, it is not a good example as he is just reading. There is no connection being formed with the audience and the tone is monotonous. Absolutely, very good. Non-example, yes, most of you write non-example. Rich content, however, the body language is very poor. Absolutely. Merely reading, getting distracted because of his phone call. Absolutely. No, not a good example. Okay, non-passive reading because of the body language. No eye contact. Very good, Revati. No contact made, yes. So if you don't have an eye contact with the audience, there is no connection made between you and your audience. It's just reading and not being able to hold the attention of the peers. Absolutely correct. Way of presenting is not good. Content is good, but there is no connection with the audience. Yes, absolutely. Non-example as it failed to engage the audience and all the pillars of public speaking were missing. Absolutely. There was no change in tonality. It was all in the same pitch. The tone was absolutely monotonous. There was no change in the intonation. There was no fall and rise. So it was boring. It was not a good example of public speaking. Reason being, he was only reading. The audience was not interested. The audience was sketching and doing other things and not getting interested in whatever he was speaking. Now, for a public speaker, it is important that people listen to you. People listen to you. They look at you. They don't pay attention here and there. Rather, their whole attention is on you. And as a teacher, the first thing is that my learner, my child, my student should look at me and pay attention on whatever I say, right? So for that, it's very important to have all these examples or pillars of public speaking, and we need to touch each and every pillar of public speaking. Okay, great, non-relatable. Now, I would request you, we'll do a small activity. I would request all of you to take out a notepad or a notebook and divide it into two halves, two columns. On one side, you can write example, and on one side, you can write non-example. Now, what are example and non-example? Let me first explain it to you. Example and non-example means the indicators which tell you that a particular person is having a good body language. Say, for example, I'm taking for the first pillar, that is body language. When I will write the examples, I will write it in point wise and short points, concise, okay, very concise. That, okay, body language, how will I know that this person is having a good body language? I would write, okay, this man is using his hand gestures and facial expression correctly. Also, he is having an open hand movements, open body movements are there. He's not fidgeting or he's not getting distracted because of some reasons. Okay. Non-examples, when I will write, oh, he's slouching, okay, or he's swaying constantly. Swaying is very distracting. Or probably he's fidgeting. There is no eye contact, right? Then, he has a closed body language. Closed means, hands closed like this, and he doesn't want to show his body to you. He wants it to be like this, okay? So all these reasons, all these things can be written under the non-example column. Am I clear? So let's take 2-3 minutes of time. Let's write down. I'm going to make some cold calls. Please do not worry. Others will also get chance the other day. So I'm going to make some cold calls and I'm going to invite some of you on the screen. I have some of you on my screen. Annapurna, Anand, Ritik, Sandeep, Priya, Alisha, Asif, and oh, SBI topper. Sorry, can I please rename you? Please unmute yourself. It's showing as SBI toppers.
Mohit Omar.
What's your name?
Mohit Omar.
Mohit, right? Okay, I'll just rename it for you. Mohit. Okay, so I'll just divide all the sections amongst you. Annapurna and Anand. Annapurna, you will give me some of the examples of body language, and Anand, you will give me some non-examples of body language. Okay, so both of you are going to discuss about body language. Ritik and Sandeep, you both will be discussing about confidence. Okay, so Ritik, you can give me some examples of confidence, and Sandeep, you can give me some non-examples of confidence. Okay, Priya and Asif. Priya, you can give me some examples of voice modulation, and Asif, you can give me some non-examples of voice modulation. Clear? Alisha and Mohit, you both will be discussing on the thought structure. So Alisha, you can give me some examples of thought structure, good thought structure. And Mohit, you can give me some non-examples of good thought structure. Again, I'm explaining what do you mean by examples and non-examples? These are the indicators, the things that you observe in your learners or in your students. And then you can judge, okay, that this person is having a good voice modulation or he is not so good in his thought structure. What would you see in him? And you would come to a point, come to a decision that, okay, this is not good or this is good. Okay. Take your time. Let me know Anand and Annapurna once you're ready. I think Anand is ready. Annapurna, you're ready? You can unmute yourself. Annapurna, we can start with you. You are able to unmute yourself? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll just allow you. Please unmute.
Hello, good morning. So according to me, the topmost qualities for confident body language first would be eye contact, a speaker having a good eye contact with all the audience. Second would be having control over their arms and arm movement and not moving them too much, but having controlled movements. Third would be standing straight and not slouching. Then would be if they're on a stage, then covering the stage and moving in a controlled manner, not in too fast speed, not in a slow movement. That would be the fourth one. These are the four that I could think of.
Okay, wonderful. Very nicely explained. Yes, Anand?
Hello, everyone. So for poor examples, of body language, I've written down that shrinking. I'm sorry, just a second. There's some technical. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
So one of the an example of poor body language is a shrinking body gesture when the hands are kept to yourself and you're not really expressive. And the other thing is monotonous body language, right? You're staying in the same
Posture for a
context,
very long time.
the same way. You're not changing much. You're not showing any
Variations.
enthusiasm. And even monotonous facial expressions. If your face is always the same way, and like the example we just saw, where he was just speaking in with the same facial gesture, and he wasn't really showing any interest or passion with his body language. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's great. I think we have covered most of the points. Thank you so much, Annapurna and Anand. Yes, very similar points we have also jotted down. So some of the examples and non-examples of body language could be having open arms, firm hand movements. As Annapurna also said, we need to have a controlled body movements. Yes, that's true. Focusing on your listener, not getting distracted very easily, and your facial expressions, which Anand mentioned. Yes, facial expressions are very important. Not like everywhere, but speeches also, whenever you speak, there are some portions which are serious. It needs a different kind of expression. There are some places where it is humor, and you have to change your expression accordingly. Non-examples could be folded arms or closed body movement. Loose body movements would be a non-example. Fidgeting, swaying, and having a wrong body posture, moving too much here and there might create a disturbance for the audience, a distraction. So yes, getting distracted too easily because of someone barging in or someone coming in, getting distracted, you are started talking to him or getting a phone call. Distractions, very important as a non-example of body language, and a blank face, having no facial expressions would be a non-example. Okay, thank you so much, Annapurna and Anand. Very nicely explained. Now we'll move on to Ritik and Sandeep. So Ritik, we'll start with you, some of the examples of confidence.
Yeah, hi. Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, great. So with examples of confidence, definitely there's like some level of overlap because it comes to like other topics as well. But the first point that came to my mind while brainstorming was paying attention to your body language, because like usually confident speakers or anyone who displays confidence, you notice their body language, you notice how they're standing upright, they are talking calmly, coolly with their audience, and they're able to engage that very well. Then I guess like being prepared. So I don't know how to like mention this as a point, but usually if they are confidently speaking, it means that they know what they are talking about. So it means that they are prepared, or they know they're knowledgeable. Yeah, they are knowledgeable about the like matter or the subject that they're talking about. And then the other thing would be, I guess, yeah, like engaging with the audience again. So I guess that's also, it displays confidence because it shows that the person is willing to engage with their audience. They are not shying away from, taking questions, or if anyone has any doubts, they're willing to, like engage or clarify. I guess that also shows a certain level of confidence that takes time to build. And yeah, like I guess my final point, and I think this is also like a key point, is like practicing, or like just keep constantly doing it, like repetition, because with more and more times you practice, like especially when it comes to public speaking, like the more you go on stage or the more you interact with people, different types of people, whether it's like one-on-one or like large or even like medium rooms of people, then naturally you will be much more confident with like you learn from each experience, and you will tend to be more and more confident as and when you do more like public speeches or interactions.
Okay, that's correct. Yes, Sandeep, what do you have to say about confidence?
Okay, hello. Am I audible first of all?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, so I'm going to give non-examples of confidence. First, I would say is eye contact. If you lack eye contact, then that's the non-example. And then I think lack of knowledge. That's like my fellow friend just said, you need to have a content. And if you have a good content, then you can, like, being prepared, you become more confident. Even the body language goes hand in hand with confidence. So a good posture, like if the posture is not correct, like shivering and being in a one particular position for a longer time. So that would be a non-example of confidence. And then shyness, I would say, being shy while speaking, thinking about what others will think about me, how I'm speaking, am I presentable or not? So I think that are some of the non-examples of confidence.
Absolutely. I think, again, very nicely explained. Confidence is mostly visible through your eye contact and the way you exhibit yourself, the way you present yourself, right? So a good eye contact would be an example. No hesitation, no shyness in speaking. Of course, hesitation would only come if you're not prepared. So preparation also plays a big role here. And an audible voice. If you are confident enough, your voice will be audible and it will have a certain kind of conviction. If you are not confident, you will start mumbling or stammering, or you will not be very, open to speak. So that shows a lack of confidence, a poor eye contact, or hesitating in speaking, showing your shyness, or inaudible voice or mumbling. Those could be some of the non-examples of confidence. Great, wonderfully explained, teachers. Very good. Pratik, thank you so much. And Sandeep as well, thank you. Great. Now we'll move on to Priya and Mohit, right? For thought structure, voice modulation. Yes.
Yeah. Hi all, good afternoon. For coming to the examples of voice modulation, firstly, I think articulation plays a very important role because pronouncing something while teaching, it's one of the most important thing. And secondly, emphasizing a point, like when you're teaching, like emphasizing a point during a passionate part of the speech, again, plays a very important role. And also, you can lower the voice to create a sense of intimacy. People always look for sensitivity, intimacy, and passionate things while teaching. And also a bit of seriousness during a reflective moment. When there is a reflective moment, you can go to the serious mode where you can create an intimacy there. So basically, it all depends on volume variation, pitch changes, and a shift in tones, and it basically emphasizing on keywords. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Okay. So emphasis, change in pitches and tonality. Okay, Mohit? Yes.
Ma'am, actually, I was given next one on thoughts provoking, but if you say I
Oh,
can
I'm so
on
sorry.
this also.
Oh, no. Then I believe it must be Asif then. Asif, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You had the voice modulation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yes. You can unmute yourself, Asif.
Ma'am, I have already unmuted myself.
Asif, You are saying
Hello?
something? Yeah, Asif, yes.
Actually, it was given to me, I guess,
Right,
voice
right.
modulation.
Yes. So I called your name out, Asif.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to share?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, please go ahead.
There are four factors which are mainly affecting in voice modulation, that is pitch, pace, and pauses. So we should know about the pitch, what we are talking about, and the power of our speech and pace and pauses, where we have to stop, where we have to continue our thoughts. So in this way, these are the four techniques, or we can say that these are the 4 points we have to observe while we are speaking.
Okay.
So we should know how our pitch and power should be modulated according to the situation, according to our what do you say that moods. Like if you are angry, your voice should be loud. If you are angry and you are talking in a silent way, then it doesn't suit to your voice modulation according to this. Then when you are sad, your voice should be soft. And if you are saying a secret,
You're saying what? Sorry, I did not get that. The last line.
something like that, your voice should be dense or the people. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, your voice is actually cracking in between, but I
Like
get
sharing secret. While sharing a secret, our voice should be in a whisper wave, so that it matches to the
according to the expressions, the voice also
right.
changes.
Yes, ma'am. According to the voice and according to your what are the situations, our voice modulation should be changed.
Right. Okay, wonderful. Great. Very nicely explained, Priya and Asif. Great. And I'm so sorry, there are two Asifs in the class, in the session. And sorry, my bad. I did not take the whole name. I was calling Asif Mustaq. I'm so sorry.
Right. No.
Yes. Okay. So voice modulation, as correctly pointed out by you all, yes, stressing on important words, emphasizing on the correct words is very important. Pausing at the right place, that's also very important. Taking right pauses, relevant pauses, because pauses are the only things that brings clarity to your speech. Pausing at the right place makes the audience, prepared for what you are going to say the next, and also gives the audience some time to absorb what you have already said. Okay, so pausing is very important. Stressing on important words, that's also very important. And the change in the pitch and the tone, that's also an example. If you are having, if you're not taking pauses correctly, or you're absolutely not taking pauses, then you cannot breathe only. That's absolutely impossible. But if you're taking pauses at the wrong places, it might change the whole meaning of the sentence. So that could be a non-example. No stress on important words could be a non-example. Speaking in a monotonous voice, monotonous tone, no change in tonality, no change in pitch, that might also be a non-example. One more could be a non-example, and that is a sing-song style of speaking. All of us must have done it, isn't it? Good morning, teacher. We all have done this, isn't it? In class 7 and 8. So a sing-song style of speaking is an absolute no-no. However, a little animation in your voice as a teacher when you interact with, little toddlers and kids, like the KG students and the class 1 student, class 2 students. For them, we need to be a little more animated. But the animation should not be confused with sing-song style. Like when we talk to a child of, say, 5 years or 6 years old or 7 years old, we talk to them like, hey, Ayan, how are you? How are you doing? How was your day? Oh, really? You played football? Great. Who's your favorite footballer? So we try to bring that animation in our voice so that they like it more, right? It becomes relatable to them. But it's not sing-song. Sing-song is very different from, getting that animation in the voice. Great. Thank you so much, Priya and Asif, for sharing that with us. And we will now quickly move on to the thought structure, Mohit and Alisha. And for the fluency part, we are going to ask Shiva and Rahim. Okay. So Alisha, we'll start off with you. Examples of thought structure.
I'm going. Yes. So first of all, you have to know your audience before you begin your speech or you write your content. So for what type of audience, for kids or for elder ones, or what type of niche content you're getting ready for. So all these things you have to be taken into account. And next one is like, when you speak, you can always add anecdotes in your speech. Like, even in our session, trainer, she posted one question, and for that she herself started with saying, connecting to a personal experience, like why she is with Planet Spark, and she shared her personal experience. This will bring the audience get connected with the speaker. So always, drag your audience to your conversation or your public speaking. And humor is a game changer. No matter what topic you speak, even if it is a serious content, you can always have humor as an element in it. Then you can have your public speaking. You can begin it with asking a question, or you can quote something, or maybe you can bring some history to connect your content with the past.
Great.
And
That's a hook statement. Very good.
yeah, yeah. And always make your audience feel that they are part of the speech by asking them questions like say yes or no, or giving them some response like raise your hand if you also ever felt like that. So this will gradually, grab the attention of your audience. And very important, and lastly, organize your thoughts. Have a coherence in your speech. Don't stammer. So even if you want to change over from one topic to your subtopic, have an interlude in between. You can connect a story or something like that, so that it will connect your first paragraph with the other paragraph of the.
Absolutely.
That's
So
all.
smooth transitions. Great, wonderful, very nice. Just the technical terms were not there, but you have explained the whole concept of thought structure. Very good. Hook statement should be there. Yes, the thesis should be clearly explained. There should be proper transition and smooth transition between the paragraphs that you're explaining. Very good, very nicely explained. Okay, we'll move on to Mohit. Yes.
Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, you're audible.
Ma'am, first of all, the important thing is that any speaker should be prepared of the content that he has to deliver. If preparation is not well, then he would not be able to deliver to the audience. And second thing, if he would not be having many examples to convey to the audience, like they
Explain
should
the logic behind your.
correlate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, logic should be there, and we should not use scripts while giving public speaking classes. Like it will show that we have less confidence and we are not able to connect with them. And second thing, sometimes we have two-way communication also. So I think the person who will not be able to listen to the audience properly will not be able to deliver on that topic specifically. So listening is also very important criteria for delivering thoughts to as per the audience. So
Absolutely.
these are the some points that we should focus on.
Very good. Very, very nicely explained. Mohit, Alisha, both of you. I think these many points, even I have not got it in my slide. So some extra points have also been added. So that's a very good thing. So thought structure is something which we speak, the content that we speak, isn't it? Now, how would we know that a particular speaker's thought structure is good? We would know that, yes, he has started off in a very interesting manner. So they have tried to hook the audience. So he starts with a hook statement. Hook statement can be a rhetorical question. It can be a story, an example, or a quotation, some fun facts about the topic, anything, something that grabs the attention. Then moving on to there should be a logical flow. There should be an introduction. There should be a advantages, disadvantages, merits, or discussion about the topic. And then you need to come to a conclusion where you summarize everything that you have said. In case if it is required, then you can add a plea also at the end, isn't it? So there should be a logical flow. First, you are giving out the advantages and merits of something, and then you are introducing the topic. Doesn't make any sense, isn't it? So there has to be a logical, proper flow, organized manner. Another thing which Mohit mentioned was explaining the logic behind what you say. Now, as a public speaking trainer, teachers, since you are going to discuss a lot of opinions with the parents also, isn't it? What is a child's feedback? Child's feedback is your opinion about that child. Now, how are you going to make sure that your opinions are understood and they are valid? They are relevant, isn't it? So to make your opinions credible, trustworthy, you need to add evidences or examples which supports your claims, isn't it? So your claims or your opinions should be supported or backed up by proper evidences, examples, or anything that makes it stronger, right? And that's how you also are going to become a good example for your students, for your learners. So let me share my screen first. Yes. So thought structure, some good examples or examples of thought structure would be very important. Focusing on the subject, not deviating from the topic, isn't it? Many a times we start talking about apples and then we move on to pineapples, right? So that deviation should not happen. So focusing on the subject, not veering off or not deviating from the topic is very important. You should be able to explain your thoughts. Sometimes it happens that I want to explain a spring morning. Oh, it was a beautiful spring morning, isn't it? The thoughts that you're having is much, much more diverse than one single sentence. The way you are able to explain your thoughts, like it was a beautiful spring morning, the birds were chirping, the sky looked blue and there were white clouds and it looked like cotton candies on the sky. So how you explain your thoughts. Third, logical flow in the ideas which I just explained. Ability to explain the logic behind your answers, that also I explained just now. Non-example would be absence of all these, right? Now we will move on to fluency. Thank you, Alicia. Very nicely explained. Thank you so much. Mohit also, very important points marked up by you. Yes, Shiba and Raheen. So Shiba, you may start off with the examples of fluency.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Good to meet you all. So, hi. So fluency, of course, includes the content. So whenever a speaker is ready, if it is going to be his or her first time, a bullet points is always required. A small kind of memorizing the points or whatever it is. And you're not going to involve the words which are not comfortable for you, for your speaking, if it is going to be your first time or second time. So when you're practicing words, it should link to the content. It should get connected to the content. Too many big words which is not comfortable for you and which won't be comfortable for the audience can be avoided. That will not. That will actually help your confidence to use words which are more comfortable. And vocabulary, of course, it plays a major role. So the same goes here. So when you're going to introduce a new word, we do not know if every student or the audience who's listening are very comfortable with the words we use. A little bit of explanation or meaning, synonyms shared about the words will actually help the people to grasp your content easily. And then I don't know how it is related, but I always feel that whenever a speaker is on the stage or whenever we are tutoring a child, a comfortable clothing is always required for the child if he's going on a public forum. So that presentation requires a more step up for the child. So a comfortable clothing which helps the child to be comfortable to move around and to express their ideas. And then I would also suggest a little bit of humor in whatever we speak. That also helps our fluency and introducing new words. And then it should not be a speaking session. I always encourage it to be an interaction session. So, and getting ideas from the audience or getting some suggestions from the audience and allowing them to talk and taking points from them also improves the scenario of the forum. So I would go with this.
Okay. Okay. Very well explained. Raheen, what according to you could be the non-examples of fluency?
Yeah, hi. My name is Raheen and I'm going to talk about fluency right now.
Raheen. Oh, I'm so sorry. I mispronounced your name. So yes, Raheen.
No worries, ma'am. So basically, I'm going to talk about fluency. Now, what does it mean? Actually, it's supposed to be like when you're talking, there shouldn't be any grammatical errors mostly. Then a person should have good content knowledge. So all these things helps you to gain confidence, and then it also creates a where you can speak without stammering.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Without too many flow. Yeah, you're talking in a smooth flow. So basically, all these things comprises in a fluency, which adds up to proper communication.
Absolutely.
Yes, overall, if you see, it actually helps a person to gain a lot of confidence as well. You're more presentable when you have good fluency in speaking skills.
Very good. Very nicely explained. Yes. Both of you have said most of the things. Asif, you would like to say something?
Yes, ma'am. If you don't mind, can I just add a suggestion?
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
It has been, I have been observing who are all talking here, ma'am. Usually, they have been written some points when they have given some subject to talk. So I have been observing that the points which they have written on the notebook, they have put their note in the right side. So while they are talking, they are observing the points. Again, they are looking at camera. So I want to give a small hack that if you are writing something in a notebook, you just keep that on below your screen camera, just below, so that you can watch the camera and notebook on the same time. So it will look the viewers that you are confidently speaking. That's why I want to give a small hack.
Very true, very true. It happens when we, when we have to record. So we are
Right.
supposed to record a lot of things, and there is a huge script there. So when we have to record all those things, it's not possible for us to remember all of these things. So what we do is we concise it. We have to explain it. So what we do is we concise it, keep it in points, and we keep the notepad. We keep the
So that's
notepad.
what when we keep notepad, we are looking at notepad, we are looking at camera.
Yeah,
So it looks like you are underconfident.
Exactly.
You
It
are
becomes very jarring, like you are looking into your notebook and then coming back to the camera. Look,
if you keep this just below your camera on the near to the screen, you can look at the camera and your notepad at the same time. It looks like you are confident and you are saying easily. That's what I wanted to add this by
Very
looking at us. Thank you.
So yeah, and that breaks the eye contact also with your audience,
Right.
especially on a camera. So yes, very good. Well said. Very nice. So, okay, that's a very good example of, not losing your eye contact. That is going to help you also. And it will not also obstruct the flow of your speech. So that's a good thing. Thank you so much, Asif, for sharing that. And Rahim, right? And Shiba as well. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, some of the examples of fluency could be very important is pronunciation. Pronunciation, grammar, and the speed in which we talk. Three things. A pronunciation can be either good or it can be poor. A pronunciation should not be called as correct or incorrect because most of the pronunciations are mostly correct. Wrong pronunciations would be like somebody speaking, like the word is education, and the person is saying education. That might be categorized under wrong pronunciation. Saying about pronunciation, it is important for me to highlight over here. Thank you, Shiba. I would just remove the pin once. And Asif as well. Thank you. So talking about pronunciation, it is important for us to understand three things. First thing, we are all Indians. We are native Indians. English is not our native language. True? Second, we need not be worried about our pronunciation. Worried, I'm saying we should not be worried about our pronunciation. And out of that, worry, we might speak something wrong. That should not happen. Please don't worry. Nobody is going to judge on your pronunciations. Till the time, for example, I'll give you some examples like, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Many of you say opportunity. It's not opportunity, it's opportunity. But the message is well conveyed. So as of now, in the beginning, I'm saying it's okay if you make mistakes, but as a public speaking trainer ourselves, since we are going to teach public speaking, it's very important for us to keep upskilling ourselves and make changes within ourselves, right? So pronunciations are important, but it is not like somebody is going to, penalize you for giving a wrong pronunciation. It's absolutely fine. Like, for example, the word tortoise. Many of you, and even me, I would include myself in that. We always heard from our teachers, it is tortoise. The hare and the tortoise. We never knew that it was tortoise. Okay. So things have been changed. Earlier, there were certain things which were said in a certain manner. Now things are changing. There are many more ideas which are coming up, isn't it? So these things are something which we need to keep upgrading ourselves with. We need to be informed. whenever I make any mistakes, like there was a very long word starting with C and I was totally confused, I made it sure I went back to the Google, I played the pronunciation 2-3 times, made sure that I'm thorough with the pronunciation. The word was conscientious, and it's very easily mispronounced as conscientious or some other words, other pronunciation as well. So slowly, so whatever mistakes that we do, we should be aware of it, and we should keep on upskilling ourselves. Yes, Neelu, please go ahead.
So one word is integrity, which we call it integrity these days.
Yes.
And that is something, we also hear it from the professionals.
Yes.
And that
Right,
was
sir.
something, it baffles me that if the word is integrity, you won't believe it, the words come to us. I went to the dictionary and I checked the pronunciation, it was integrity. But still, most of us call it integrity.
Right. So there are so many words, isn't it? We mispronounce and we don't even know. So it's just because of not pronouncing it wrong, but we are just misinformed. Always remember, probably we are just misinformed. We might not know which syllables should be stressed, which syllables are unstressed. So it can only come with practice. Go to the Google, find out those pronunciations which you are not sure of, and go ahead and check yourself. Yes, Ritik.
Yeah, like, sorry, I don't mean to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to ask about often also, because I've always said it as often, but I've heard some people come up to me and say often.
Okay, so just check in the Google, what is the neutral pronunciation for that? I would also, there is something called accent also. Now, because of the accent, dance, somewhere it is called dance. In the British accent, it is dance. And in the US accent, it is dance. So both are correct. Okay, but we usually follow as whatever comes out from our mouth, it's fine. Like I usually say dance. Okay, we have followed always since the very childhood, we have been taught the British English, isn't it? So it's absolutely fine, even if you say dance or dance. If you say often or often. We also say schedule. Your schedule and your resources. Many of the people, they say schedule, right? So the pronunciation changes. It's okay. Both are the same thing. Just check the neutral pronunciation on Google and you're good to go. Great. Okay, thank you so much, Ritik. And yes, Mahala.
There is a simple word that's called as data or data. Before we used to call it as data, but now it is called as data. So that's some changes. Women, yeah, and women we used to call, in school times it was like women for plurals, but now it is called as women. So those small words also make
women was from the very beginning. It was women.
WOMEN.
MEN, yes.
Yeah. So it was before, it was our teachers, those who didn't have proper pronunciation, they used to call it as teachers as women. It is not women.
Yeah, okay.
It is women.
No, but that
Yeah.
was a misinformed pronunciation. That was not correct. From the very beginning, it is women.
So like data and data. So many words
That's
have
the
been
difference
changed.
of the accent.
Yes.
Right. So see, accent differences will be there in many of the teachers, even in us. Some of us follow the British accent, some of us follow the American accent. And there are lots of words which are either British accent or they are the US accent. There is no neutral accent for that. So whatever comes is fine, absolutely fine. But there are certain words which has a neutral pronunciation. So please go by the neutral ones. Do not follow any particular accents unless you're already habituated by a certain accent. There are many teachers who have a habit of having a UK accent or a US accent, like water and water. Okay, I do not have any of the accents. I'm very much neutral in my accent. So it's absolutely fine till the time you are pronouncing it correctly and the syllable stresses are correct. Till then, it is fine. Okay, let me come back to the most important part. So we have already discussed about the 5 pillars, and I'm reading your chats as well, don't worry. Okay, thank you so much, teachers, for participating so actively. I appreciate your patience. You have been very composed, and thank you so much. And thank you for using the chat section so actively. Yes, absolutely. Very good. Very nicely said. plumber and plumber. Okay, internet and internet. So yes, there are many. Okay. Okay, coming to the most important part and how to join the session. Somebody was asking me about the presence, marking of the presence. Please check this. How to join your session without marking yourself as present. You cannot join the session. Okay.
Go to the link provided in your email to log into your PlanetSpark account. Here, choose the option
It's
of
stuck. Give me a second. 1 second. Yeah. So this is your PlanetSpark account. This is how you log in into your teacher's
login
account.
with your OTP. Enter your phone number and click on Send OTP. Once you receive the OTP, please enter here. Once you log in, you will be moved to your dashboard. As you can see here. Here, when you go to upcoming sessions or your sessions that are lined up will be shown. Now, how to join the session at start time. So once your session start time is there, this particular session will move to live sessions and click on join class. Here you can mark your present and then join the link, class link as shown in the video. It will take you to the Zoom session.
Okay. So this is how you join your sessions and how to see your training schedule, resources, and the PPTs, the video recordings of the sessions that you are attending. In case if you have missed 5 to 10 minutes or a part of it, you can watch the recordings also. Today's recording also will be visible. Okay.
Let's now see how we can access the training plan and schedule. On the left-hand side menu, go to My Training and select Training Schedule and Resources. When you click that, you will see a page like this will open up where all your sessions are listed. You can see that the dates are mentioned and the session time as well for each and every day. This is your training schedule.
Okay. So this is how you view your training
A
session.
page like this will
Can you see the screen? Here there is a drop down arrow. Can you see this? Drop down arrow. This drop down arrow has all the resources here. So always remember the blue panel on the left hand side is going to have all the details there. Okay. The blue panel has My Training, training schedule and resources. You just have to click on that. And this is the training plan that you get from there. From here, you just have to click on the drop down arrow. Now, many of your teachers have joined way back, but you are attending the trainings from today. So make sure that you check the correct date and click on the correct drop down arrow. Am I clear?
Open up where all your sessions
Now,
are listed.
let's move on to the session
You can
presentation.
see that the dates are mentioned and the session time is.
How will you view the session
Let's have a
presentation?
look how you can access the session resource. When you go to a particular session and click on its drop down, an expanded view will open up. From here, you can see resources written on the left side and on the right hand side, view here. Click on view here to look at the session resource.
Yamini, that is what I am showing you, no? Please watch
And
the
click on
screen
its
once
drop
again.
down.
Watch the video once again, which I am sharing with you. Can you see the drop down arrow? You just have to click on the drop down arrow. Now here, this is an old one, because of which you will not find all the things. You will just find attempt assignment, the day one deck, and take quiz and attempt assignment. Only these 4 are there. But you will be having the recorded videos also on your dashboard. Okay, please check. Teacher manual. Which teacher manual are we talking about, Toshiba? Your name is not Toshiba, I'm sure. Please change your names so that I can call you properly. Okay, whenever you join the session, there is a place where you can rename yourself. Now also you can rename yourself. There is a 3 dot on the right hand side of yours, of where your picture is visible. On your picture, there is a 3 dot on the right hand side top. Okay, click on that. There is a rename option. Always try to rename yourself, right? Ramya, okay, Ramya. Teacher manual I have shared, and I shouted on the top of my voice when I was sharing the teacher's manual, teacher's handbook. I have already shared it. Okay. In case you did not get it, please wait. I'll give it to you. Yes, I'm coming to that, Nikita, about the quiz and the assignment also. Okay. Now, this is where you get all your teachers' resources. Okay. Whatever resources are related to the training, you get everything over here. This is an older version where you are not able to find the video. But video is there in your dashboard, same place, just below or above the day one tech. Just check.
You can
Okay.
see
Now, how to do the quiz and assignment? Please check
let's see
your
how you
screens.
can give a quiz on the platform. Again, in the expanded view, you will see it's written quiz, and on the right hand side, take quiz. When you click on the same, the quiz will start, and you can see there would be different questions that will appear.
Please look at the videos very carefully. So after this session, you are going to give your quiz and assignment. I'll give you 5 minutes time to complete your quiz and then the assignment.
Once you submit the quiz, it will show you a message on your training plan page that your quiz has been submitted successfully. In a similar way, you can also give your assessment. Go back to the expanded view, and from there, at the bottom of a particular session, you will see assignment. And on the right hand side, a button saying take assignment. Click there, and the assignment page will open up. When you click on give assignment, it will take you to the link from where you need to submit your assignment, which is currently the Willow platform, the same platform that you used to give your teacher interview.
Okay, is it clear? Every day after each training session, you will be having the quiz and assignment. Okay. Now, how to reach out to chat support, please, very important. Look at this. How to reach out to this chat support for
On your
any operation
dashboard,
related
you will
queries.
be able to reach out to us via chat support. In case you're facing any query and you're not able to access the session, please click on this chat box on the right hand side bottom and write down your query to us.
Nikita, you have the PPT, dear. You don't need to copy everything, okay? 1 second, please. So chat support you will get on the right-hand side bottom, okay? When you click on your dashboard, right-hand side bottom corner, you will get it. Yes, Asif, now you can start doing your quiz. Asif? Yeah.
Ma'am, you have given the teacher's handbook for mocks, right, ma'am? And the last week is on Friday. Then when can we start that?
1 second, I'm not able to hear you. Give me a second, please.
Okay, I'm sure.
1 second.
Right. Now I think I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, ma'am, I can hear you.
Yes, please go ahead. What did you ask me?
You have given the teacher's handbook for mocks, right? And the
Yes.
last date is Friday. When can we start?
Last date? No. The deadline is Friday for the first mock, and you can start giving your mocks from Thursday.
Right, ma'am, but from Thursday, right?
Yes,
We
after
can start from
Thursday,
Thursday.
only then. You have not
Okay,
been
ma'am.
trained on everything, no? How will you give your mocks?
No, I was just asking, ma'am. From Thursday
Yes,
we can start.
yes. From the Thursday session,
Okay,
the
ma'am.
Thursday session will be the last day of your mandatory session. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
After that, you can start. Yes, Alka.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you that after today's session, we'll have to do the quiz. So can we do it anytime during the day?
Why not now?
We'll have to go to the dashboard and then do it, right?
Yeah, you can do it right now.
Okay. So like we leave the meeting and go there or like
No, you can just toggle between your windows.
Okay, fine. Thanks.
Okay, Dipanita, yes.
Ma'am, can you just show me that quiz segment? Actually, my internet got disconnected, so I was not
Okay.
able to see.
Okay, Dipanita, can you share your screen with me? If you can share the screen with me, I can guide you. Yes, yes. Great. So other teachers also, you all can have a look how to go about doing your quiz. So where is your Planet Spark application? Please open it. Right. Please close this once. Click on the cross. Yes. Please click on the 3 lines that you can see. 3 horizontal lines. Yeah. Go to My Training. Click on My Training. Tap on Training Schedule and Resources. Please go down. Yeah, 1 second. Just let me check. 1 second, 1 second.
Yeah.
Yes. Today's one was the first one. The first one, day 1. Please go up. Yes, introduction to the PS and role and journey of the teacher. There is a drop down arrow. Can you see that? Please click on that. Yes, expand it. Yes, you have presentation is there. Where is the PPT? Somebody was asking me. Teachers, here is the presentation also. Okay. Now you have the quiz. Can you see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your screen.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Anyone else has a question regarding the quiz? Richa?
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask that is it compulsory to attend all the training sessions live till Thursday?
Yes, these are mandatory training sessions. That's correct. Now, it's not necessary that you have to attend the 10 a.m. session only. You have 3 p.m. session also, and there is another session which starts at 5. So you can reschedule. If you want tomorrow, if you're not available, if you want to reschedule, please do it today. Tomorrow, if you go and reschedule, you won't be able to. Got my point? Rananjaya? Sorry, yes, Rananjaya.
Yes, hi. I tried to attempt the assignment at the moment. This is my second time going on with the training. Last time I had to reschedule. I only went for the first day training in January. So maybe that's why some of the resources on my dashboard still show prior data from January sessions that I missed. So I've already attempted the 2 quizzes from day 1 in January. But now when I'm trying to attempt the assignment for today, that's not happening. I mean, it shows that something wrong with the video.
Make sure you are on the correct date.
Yeah, I am on the correct date. I've checked all of that. It shows today's date is only. Let me cross check if you're saying.
So what does it say? Does it say?
Yes, it's the same date, March 26th. Yes. It says that I have already passed the quiz of day 1, 1 deck. And
So
when
it
I'm
has
trying
been taken from the January. It has been taken from the January.
Yes, it's been taken from January. But the date is from today. It shows 26th March only.
Okay, that's fine.
But when I'm trying to attempt the assignment now, which has a score of 0%, but quiz has a score of 100%. So when I'm trying to attempt the assignment, it says something wrong with the video assignment.
Something wrong, then probably it has already been attempted the first time. That's the reason why you're not able to attempt it. No worries, just ignore.
See, teachers, if you have any problem with the assignment, if any day you are not able to give the assignment, it's absolutely fine. Don't worry. Let it be. Okay. Assignments are not mandatory. They are necessary for your practice. You must be focusing more on your quizzes and your mocks, which are going to start from Thursday. Ritik, you have a
Quiz,
question?
hello, ma'am. This is Sangeeta here. My
I
quiz
don't see your
has
hand raised.
Okay, sorry. Something just happened. I was just thrown out, and I have to re-enter through the link.
No worries. What happened?
I am not able to do